Obama ordered the FBI to do something beyond belief on election night. Barack Obama will go down in history as one of the worst presidents of America. Obama was not one to foster a sense of unity or pride in this great nation, but rather one of division and defeat. Even from the very start of Obama's presidency, it was marred by scandals and corruption. It was well known that Obama spied on his own citizens and foreign leaders. However, his level of corruption on Election Day of 2016 hit all new levels, and it was beyond anything we could have imagined. The corruption and lies under Barack Obama reached levels that were hard to fathom. The number of laws and absolute disregard for the Constitution was beyond what anyone had seen before. For instance, under the Obama administration, the IRS unfairly targeted conservative groups, lied about the real reason for the Benghazi attack, Fast and Furious scandal, and also expanded the NSA, that is just to name a few. Obama wanted to keep his corruption under wraps, which is why he wanted Hillary Clinton to win the election. Obama knew that if she won, then Hillary Clinton would protect him from further inquiries. However, as Donald Trump began to gain traction, Obama realized that his protection plan could fail. Obama and his cronies needed to concoct a possible scandal in order to keep Obama and his precious legacy safe. As the election day approached, the phrase fake news began to be tossed around more frequently by political pundits. The mainstream media jumped on the bandwagon to help push the psyops attack on the American people. The more that the media regurgitated the phrase fake news, the more that the left used it to describe anything from the conservative movement. Then on the day of the election, Obama truly crossed the line by ordering the FBI to monitor the internet. Here is more from CNN. The FBI monitored social media on Election Day last year in an effort to track a suspected Russian disinformation campaign utilizing fake news, CNN has learned. In the months leading up to Election Day, Twitter and Facebook were the feeding grounds for viral news stories floating conspiracies and hoaxes, many aimed at spreading negative false claims about Hillary Clinton. On Election Day, dozens of agents and analysts huddled at a command center arrayed with large monitoring screens at the FBI headquarters in Washington, watching for security threats, according to multiple sources. That included analysts monitoring cyber threats, after months of mounting Russian intrusions targeting every part of the U.S. political system, from political parties to policy think tanks to state election systems. On this day, there was also a group of FBI cyber and counterintelligence analysts and investigators watching social media. FBI analysts had identified social media user accounts behind stories, some based overseas, and the suspicion was that at least some were part of a Russian disinformation campaign, according to two sources familiar with the investigation. The FBI declined to comment for this story. For the FBI, this was uncomfortable territory, given the First Amendment's free speech protections even for fake news stories. "We were right on the edge of constitutional legality," a person briefed on the investigation said. "We were monitoring news." As the hours ticked by on Election Day, teams at the FBI, Homeland Security Department and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence held conference calls every 3 hours with the team at the Situation Room in the White House to discuss possible problems, according to multiple sources. Minor issues popped up in far-flung parts of the country, from Alaska to Georgia. At the end of day, top officials exchanged congratulations for an election day that was completed without disruptions of the vote. One Obama White House official responded to the messages of congratulations with the opposite view, saying the U.S. government response to the Russian operation was a failure of imagination. "Are you kidding?" that official recalled saying to others at the White House as they celebrated a successful election. "What they did worked. This is in direct conflict with our freedom of speech and what our founding fathers warned against." Barack Obama knew that he was about to lose and big, and was doing whatever he could to protect his legacy. That is why these liberals in the mainstream media and on social media keep pushing the Russian collusion story. If they can keep the focus off of what Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton did, they will remain safe. That is why we need to keep pushing for justice, which means Obama and Clinton being forced to answer for their crimes. The left will continue to keep saying that the only reason that Donald Trump won the election was because of so-called Russian interference. However, we all know the truth and must keep spreading it far and wide. Share this story if you are proud to have voted for President Trump. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.